What is up, guys? This is your boy InternalCraft Studios here, aka NCSO7, here with my video on Super Mario Maker 2. Basically, my review of the game. I know the game is a few days old, but who cares? It's still popular, maybe when I'm making this video. So anyways, I guess I may as well set it straight. I have played the original so much. Heck, I even got the 3DS version, and that game is trash. But is this game trash? Well, the easy answer is no, obviously not. But anyways, let's get into this. So I guess I may as well start off with the presentation, as it's not really that bad. I mean, it's basically the original Mario Maker, but on the Switch. You got more features, and yeah. However, we'll get to that a little bit later. But what about the graphics? How do they look? The original game looks alright. The 3DS one looked absolutely embarrassingly bad. The graphics in this game actually look quite good. I think everything looks really good. Personally, every style looks great. But my favorite has to be the 3D World style. Again, we'll get to that when we get to the graphics. Just look really good. The game runs very well, both docked and undocked. And the game also looks fine in handheld mode as well. So anyways, let's get into story, which is actually a brand new thing for this game. Essentially, this dog thing or whatever essentially resets all of the construction that the Mushroom Kingdom has done on Princess Peach's castle. He was nowhere to be seen at the time. But while resetting everything, that basically means that they have to build it from the ground up again. Essentially, Mario will have to go around basically collecting as many coins as he can from either completing jobs or by just simply finding them to try and rebuild the castle. Honestly, it's not too bad. And then you also have Endless Mode, which is basically this game's version of 100 Mario Challenge, where essentially Mario just wants to go on a journey. No saving the princess or anything like that. Seriously put, I'm glad that they at least tried to put something different in there. I know it's not an awful lot, and also if you can hear stuff in the background, sorry. It's like, I'm like at least happy that they at least changed it up a little bit, not making it sound super ridiculous, like, say Princess Peach again, Bowser took her. It's just old. But now let's get into gameplay. Probably the biggest thing to talk about, and probably the most lengthy part of this. Essentially, it's Mario games, Mario stages. However, this time around, you can create them, just like the original game. Essentially, in either TV mode, tabletop mode, or handheld mode, you can create your levels and all that such. With the one in the Course Maker option. Essentially, with Course Maker, you can do a lot of things. You can basically create the levels you want. You can do so much with the levels. You can create the terrain. You can finally add slopes to the levels, which is something that Nintendo obviously highlighted at first. You can change so much. You can change the backgrounds, so maybe you want it to not be grass. Maybe you want it to be ice, desert, castle, underground, something like that. You can do it. You can even like toggle with many more features along with so much stuff like grabber devices and so much more. Heck, even conditions for beating a level, which is basically a brand new thing, adding extra challenge to it. And you can swap from various game styles. You can use the original Super Mario Bros. Style, the Super Mario Bros. 3 style, the Super Mario World style, the new Super Mario Bros. U style, and new to this version, the Super Mario 3D World style. And like I said before, 3D World style is probably the best version of like that, probably the best, just because of how good it looks. It's so weird how they basically took a 3D game and put it into a 2D one. It's so satisfying. And honestly speaking, this is probably the closest we're ever going to get to Super Mario 3D World getting on the Switch, so yeah. But seriously, all this stuff is so cool looking. But that's only one part of it. Back to the story mode, I mentioned before how you complete various jobs. Essentially, the jobs are done by this task manager thing. Essentially, this Toad you talk to. And there's other NPCs as well. And like you can even wander around in Overworld. That's so cool. The jobs themselves aren't really the most special things. It's essentially just playing the normal levels. But they're just fun, and they put unique spins on them, like defeat this piranha plant, don't jump at all, collect this many coins, defeat these many enemies. They always change it up in some sort of way. Not all the levels are like this, but at least they change it up every now and then. to make it feel good. And that's pretty much story mode. And then let's get to the core spot, which is very simple. All the levels that you create, you can make them and play them. You can even upload them onto the course world, which we'll be getting into a little bit. And you can also just make more levels that way. But then let's get to course world. Essentially, you can go on there and you can play numerous levels made by the entire community. So many levels, so many options. You can even download the levels and like save them into a separate menu in the core spot, instead of like the original game where you had to save them all in like the same menu. That's really cool. So many great things. However, the game can be a little bit more challenging given how many features there are. Like, I basically listed off many features. That's not even all of them. There's way more than that, but it can definitely lead to very trollish levels. But seriously, from what I've played so far, there's a lot of good levels in there. So honestly speaking, it's not like the original one. It's like lots of them are garbage. There's a lot of good ones in there. You can also do the Endless Challenge, which essentially is this game's version of the 100 Mario Challenge. It's pretty much the same thing. The thing is, though, you can't skip, at least from what I think, and you also, it doesn't end after like 16 or 8 levels. You keep going on until you run out of lives, and once you run out of lives, you are done, and it basically records your score. So essentially, it's kind of like an arcade mode in that sort of way. I think this is a way better version of it. It's so good. It really is more thrilling rather than just doing like a 100 Mario challenge. Like, let's see, how many levels can you beat without like losing all your lives? It's a much better option because, I don't know, it just works much better. And then there's also the multiplayer component. There is multiplayer in this game. You can play with some people locally, you can also play with random people online, and you can also play with friends. Nintendo wasn't originally going to do this, but the controversy definitely made Nintendo aware of the fact that, yeah, we gotta basically put online with friends. Honestly, I haven't been able to try out the online with friends, but from what I've seen on like YouTube and Twitter and such, while it's not completely bad, it's not the best, and it's not good. In fact, a lot of it can be very stuttery. Yeah, another reason why the Nintendo Switch Online just isn't worthwhile. I don't really feel like talking about it since everyone else has, but the multiplayer mode isn't too bad. I haven't really gotten to play it though, so don't take my word for it. And yeah, then let's get into controls. Now, everything controls fine, like playing the levels and such like that. Really, it's the course maker that kind of grinds my gears. You can, in handheld mode, it's basically the best way to create levels. Now, we all kind of had a feeling that TV mode was going to be the more inferior version of making levels. Makes sense, but I do have some gripes. The first gripe I have is the fact that you really, remember in the original game where you could take an item or something like that, you could spin it around the screen to create it into something else. Like you could swap Bowser for Bowser Jr. by flicking it around the screen like really quickly for an amount of time. Well, you can't really do that in this game. So if you want to choose change from Boom Boom to Pom Pom, I don't actually know. In fact, if someone can let me know how you do that, please let me know in the comments section. And also, creating levels on TV mode is just so annoying. Yeah, you do have button controls and stuff like that, and I had a feeling this was how it's going to be, but it's definitely just too inferior. It's just not fun. It's more fun to play levels on the TV and make levels on handheld mode. It's not the worst thing out there, and besides, we kind of had a feeling it was going to be like this in the first place, but oh well. Who knows? Maybe it'll be better. Maybe it just has to grow on me or something like that, but control-wise, it's not bad for playing the levels, but when you create levels, it's not the best it could be. Next, let's get into the soundtrack. Now, the soundtrack isn't a lot I can talk about since it's Mario Maker. It's fine. It's doable enough for me. Nothing's really super catchy, but it's not bad regardless. Then we get into content. I don't really have to say much. You have so many levels you can choose from. This game's pretty much endless. For $60, it's totally worth your time. And now to my final thoughts. This is going to be an amazing experience. I still have yet to beat story mode, and I seriously still have yet to even do a lot. I do have some levels that I've created and posted online if you guys want to check them out. but like, there's so much to do. This is truly an experience. If you guys are not getting this game, there's something seriously wrong with you. On my scale of 0 to 10, this game gets a solid 9 out of 10. Thank you guys for watching this video. Make sure to like and subscribe if you guys want to see more Mario Maker 2, and let me know if you guys agree with me. And anyways, I will see you guys in the next Doki Doki mod coming out tomorrow. Peace out, take care.
It's showtime! Did you enjoy the show? Well, time for the highlight.